Good afternoon. This is your brother Bob from Bel Air, Maryland. It's good to see you all. Thank you for joining us, for tuning in all over the world. We are very, very excited to have everyone here. We are also very privileged to have the presence of the elusive Unpassive Nation. As you all know, 2 weeks ago, we thought we were going to have all three of them, but Mr. Street he had an engagement in church, so he didn't make it. So today we have the Unpassive Nation joining us along with the OTech Pros and what I will call some special forces of Unpassive. So there's going to be fireworks today here. Please get ready, get excited for what they're going to deliver to us today. So thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I'm here with my brothers of the OTech Pro, Collins and Oliver is here. Vincent is not with us today because he has some family issues that he's dealing with. So we hope everything goes well. Um, we got it. We absolutely got it. For that's what on Wednesday on Passive 360. He said as of today, he could confirm that they have recovered the business 100%. They have recovered the business and that we are coming back much stronger with the right people, the right caliber, the right character, the right integrity, and the right talent. And then he went along and he said, let the fun begin. So I said, let the fun begin. So we're here to just dissect and analyze and unite and inspire and educate on what we heard from Mr. Ash or anything that any one of us here can just bring forward to get us excited as we wait. We know Mr. Ash said any day from now, our OES is going to come back. We expect our OES to come back any moment from now, based on what he said on Passive 360. So as soon as that happens, let the fun begin, I would say. So I'm going to like our one and only, the man that I call the Habinga of Unpassive, the message bearer, the man that delivers the news. Our one and only brother, Mike Ellis. Brother Mike, please take
No,
it
thank
over.
you. Yeah, no, thank you, Bob. That's awful nice of you to say. Janet said earlier she looked at my background and she said there's a storm brewing, and there really is. It's just a massive, massive storm of Unpassive is brewing, and it's unfolding in front of our eyes right now. And I want to say something. Bob said we got it, and the reason I want to start with that is is if you looked at Mr. Mufara, and by the way, last week I was really, really busy. I wasn't able to look at anything last week. I heard about the 360. I went in and I listened to it on a recording. And as you looked at Mr. Mufara, you could tell the excitement in his whole being. We got it. He's there. It's a done deal. And as I listened to Mr. Mufara, he said so many things I guess it was Wednesday, and then Thursday, after I had listened to the webinar, I talked to Dan Street, and of course we went into so many different directions it would blow your mind. And then I had a conversation with Dan and Marty, and they told me I couldn't say half of the stuff I want to say. There's so much to say about what Mr. Mufar shared with us last Wednesday. It truly was amazing. But here's the point that Marty and Dan were making to me. Mr. Mufara, he is going to come out in the days to come, and he's going to clarify everything. He's going to share everything with us. And I have some really, really deep opinions on the direction that I think Unpassive should take. But I know Mr. Mufara is way, way more wise than I am. And whatever direction he takes us in, it's going to be absolutely awesome. And I mean awesome. When he says we got it, he's not fooling. We got it, and things are going to be happening that are going to take everybody to a different level. Couple of things I will talk about that Ash talked about on the webinar, and they're things that he's talked about in the past. He kind of talked about the history of the last year or so, what went on, how it was perceived in the world, what Ash did to really codify on passive in the long term, and just how we are in the present time. And I can tell you all of it, every single bit of it was just absolutely unbelievably good. And talking to Dan, because I hadn't talked to anybody for a week or so, and I talked to Dan, and Dan has a way of really getting to the point very, very quickly. And I can't go into what Dan and I talked about, but and the reason I tell you that, it's because Unpassive is in a place right now. I don't think most people believe it. They really don't. They listen to Mr. Mufara, they listen to the founders, the affiliates in Unpassive, they listen to the people on these panels, and they kind of get excited about Unpassive. But it's really, really funny. I heard a term the other day, and it is so appropriate for Unpassive. And the term is, a bird born in a cage believes that flying is a disease. Okay? And I think about Unpassive, and I think about the world, and there are a lot of people out there, I think the majority of the people in the world, that go, listen, I can live my life, but I really can't win. Whatever the reason is, the man won't let me up. He won't let me do this. They won't let me succeed. And this just isn't in one country, it's throughout the world. And this is why it's so appropriate for Unpassive. And I want to tell you a little secret here. And I know there are so many people that believe they're in a cage and they'll never be able to really get to that point they dream about, the life they want to live. And the secret I want to tell you, the cage that those individuals that want to keep us in, they want to control us and manipulate us, that cage that we're in, it's not locked. Okay? Most people think their lives it's set. They can't do anything else. But the cage that society has put many people in, it's not locked. And it's really, really important for everybody to believe that. And then that brings me to Unpassive and what Unpassive is doing. Unpassive is not only coming to the cage, they're opening the door for you. And they're telling you, come on out. You weren't born to be in a cage. You were born to soar. And as people come out, they're going, yeah, this is a little bit scary, but it's kind of cool. So how am I going to soar? And Mr. Mufar, because of what he's done, because of the structure of Unpassive, because of the program he's put together, because of what's coming, because of the talent that he's invited into Unpassive and the great work that they're doing, he's going to show you how to soar. And when I talk about that, it really is about liberty and freedom. It's about being in that place of financial independence where nobody tells you what to do, when to do it, or how to do it. Unpassive is going to allow everybody to be in that position with the caveat, honest, clean, and ethical. If you don't have that good moral base, I can tell you flat out, you will not last in Unpassive. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come from. Honest, clean, and ethical. But that's the beauty of Unpassive. They're opening that door. They're giving you the opportunity to soar. And I can tell you, out of experience, because of Unpassive, Marty, Dan, and I, we've been soaring for about 5 years now. We really have. And it's a really, really good place to be. Unpassive is giving each and every one of us the ability to come out and soar and then be the people we believe we can be. You can really do anything within Unpassive. It really is unlimited. And because of what Mr. Mufara is doing, because of what he's introducing to us, all the things he talked about last Wednesday and the things he's going to be sharing with us, you're going to get that picture. There's going to be clarity there, and you're going to have an understanding of how it works for you. And the last thing I'll end with, Bob, before I turn it back over to you, again, I wanted to say a lot of things, but decided not to say some of the things I was going to say. When you think about on passive and the place that you're in right now, it is so unique. It is so good. And as Mr. Mufarek starts to come out, there's going to be real clarity. There aren't going to be any answers. How am I going to soar? You're going to know. Mr. Mufari is going to come out. He's going to explain the structure of Unpassive, how it works today, which will be better than it worked 5.5 years ago, which was just absolutely awesome. It's going to be better, and you're going to understand exactly what you have to do to start soaring. Unpassive is not a passive business, period. You have to come in, you have to engage, you have to do the things necessary in order to build that base and to build that financial independence that we're all looking for. Unpassive is going to tell us exactly what you need to do to get to that place where you're literally free. And that's where we all want to be. I love the phrase, a bird born in a cage. They believe that flying is a disease. I think a lot of people have been in that cage for a very, very long time, and the elite are very, very subtle about how they do that. You might have a very, very large cage, and you never know you're caged. But when you find that wall, you can't go any further. You're going, well, crap. This isn't how I wanted to live. On passive, they're going to open that door up. They're going to let you out. They're going to show you how to soar, and then take off. That's what we can all do. Take off and live the life you want to do. And again, Unpassive, because of what Mr. Mufar has done, because of where he's at, and all you have to do is read his body language. He is one pumped guy. He really is. He's excited about what's happening. And then keep in mind, Unpassive, when you get there, it is unlimited. There are no limitations on you. And I don't think anybody in the world has said that to most of the people throughout the world. There are no limitations. Live your life and live it to the fullest. Bob, I'll turn it back over to you. And yeah, we're in for a really, really good couple of weeks coming.
Yes, Mike. Thank you so much. Yes, I agree with you. You could tell from his disposition on Wednesday that he truly got it. You could just feel it. He was relaxed, was happy, excited. You could see that thing inside him, that he just was very, very measured in the way he spoke. You also said that yes, that we are not caged. Unpassive is not caging you, it's letting you soar. And I remember last week, you told us last week that Unpassive was an ocean, something like an ocean that you can, it's an open sea for you to swim. You can swim as much as you want. It depends on you. And they're going to give us a tool. So thank you, Mr. Mike.
Yeah,
Let's go
it's
to,
important. It's important for people to visualize where they are and where they're going. And I
yes.
think that those two little things help people visualize what's possible. And it's
Yep.
possible today. Thanks, Bob.
And it depends on you. Yes, thank you very much. It depends on you, on your effort. A little bit of effort, not much. The system is designed to work for you, automated, integrated, powered by artificial intelligence. But you really need to be engaged, like you said. You have to do something to let the system optimize itself for you. Now let's go to one of my favorite men in Unpassive among the trio. Believe you me, I call him the scribe. The scribe because he has that extraordinary listening comprehension to listen and then put it down so that people like us who maybe for one reason or another we don't have the time to catch it live, you can come and read it and get it exactly as Mr. Ash said. And that is none other than the scribe amongst the trio, Mr. Dan Street. Dan, please take it over and give us your input, what you think, what you feel, or what you heard. Thank you, sir.
Well, thanks for the intro, Bob. Gosh, the real scribe here is Janet Butler. She's who I look up to. She has an incredible ability to. I think she types a lot faster than I do, and she can get all the details of what Mr. Mufara has to say a little bit better than I can. But well, this is an interesting topic today because I just have this feeling. My feeling right now is one. I'm very grateful to be where we are. We're very privileged to be where we are right now, and I'm very content. And the reason I'm content is because of the fact that Mr. Mufara seems very content and very excited and very. I can see the way the way I look at it, the way I visualize it. In my opinion, is that you can draw a line down what was in the past and what is we're focusing on in the future. And Ash isn't as focused, it isn't as chaotic for him right now as it was in the past. He hasn't working on all of these different things from a legal perspective, and then focusing on what he really wants to do, and that is the present and moving forward. So I just have this feeling that Ash, his team has got all of the chaotic stuff under control, and Ash can focus on what's really important, and that's moving forward with this company. And when you look at what he went through, and his daily method of operation, as they would say, in the past, and that was he would have to wake up, and he'd have to wait till the Indians woke up over there and tell him what is going on. And it just wasn't to his satisfaction. There were always delays. There were things there were problems, and he couldn't get that momentum going. And now, when he says he received that link last week, and it was better than he expected, and he could see things. He could see the whole operation in front of his eyes. And he said it was so much better than he expected. And it puts us in a position strategically where we are in a much better position than we ever have been. And as you said, Bob, he's got a team together with the right caliber, the honesty, the integrity, quality. He can bring anything. They can bring all of this, all these tasks to fruition in record times, and we got it. That's it. We just got it. So the other thing is we've recovered the business. I mean, when Ash says we recovered the business, and you OTech pros here were just ecstatic when they said we recovered the business, because the source code and the data and everything to move forward strategically with this business, with the new team, is there. So we're in a better position. We're in a better direction. We're not relying on the past. That's behind us. We just focus on the future. And these are the things that I focus on right now. And I'm so excited about. And as everybody here has talked about, I'm excited about it because I can see that Ash is excited about it. And then each of us have to look at our journey with this company. And the journey that Marty and Mike have had. And it's been fun. It's been great. And we just keep moving forward. And then there's obstacles, of course, that we've had to overcome. And you have a choice. You either overcome those obstacles or you don't. And we all know Mr. Mufara has overcome every single one of them, and he is just thrilled, and we're moving forward. So, I don't know if when he says we're close, we're close, and we're moving to the next phase of Unpassive, and the existing Unpassive, the existing OES is one of those things that he's always talked about the fact that that Unpassive is such a small portion of the overall picture. And that's what kind of gets my mind going crazy. So he's going to give us a timeline for the next best chapter in this company. And that's going to happen within the next week or two. He said in the first part of October. So we'll get a timeline as to exactly what's happening. And the fact that we're making a historical comeback, and he wants to help, he wants each and every one of us to help in sharing that buzz. And that buzz, all of it, it'll make us speechless. Everything that he has planned will make us speechless, and I'm looking forward to that. So just the message I have for everybody is, like we all heard Ash said last week, just stay focused, stay close, and pay attention to what's going on. Because, very, very soon, we're going to get all of the details, the steps of everything that we're going to need to do to move forward with this company. So that's pretty much all I have. And when I think of the conversations that he's had with all the experts about the vision of this company and how he trusts these people and how amazing they are, and we're going to be advancing to a level that we've never even seen before. And there's products out there that we haven't even heard of yet. It just makes everything really exciting. So what a good message from Ash, and he's very positive, and we all have a choice. We either believe in the direction that he's going or we don't. And I can tell you, each and every one of us here are believers, and we're excited about what's going on. And I appreciate you guys having me on today. Thanks.
Of course, Dan, of course. Thank you. The Scribe, Mr. Scribe. Thank you. I'm coming to Jenny, don't worry. You said one thing that I like that what you said is Ash is now able, the chaos is gone. They have that under control. He's now able to focus and take us to the direction that he wanted to take us to. He's going to give us our timeline next. And our role, guys, is to keep the boss. For me, one of the greatest things that will happen in the next few days, for me to see our OES back. That is it's a huge milestone that is worthy of celebrations for the weeks to come. So stay close, like you said, let's stay close and keep our eye behind the OES, because it's going to pop up any moment from now. And Mr. Ash will tell us the next steps. Now let's go to the key grip. The key grip of the unpassive nation. And unpassive man, the one that I call the MMVFM. The most valuable founding member of Unpassive, the one and only. My brother, our big brother, Marty Degamo, the godfather of the OTech Pros, the man who sees you for who you are, sees you for what you are, and picks out the diamonds that are hidden all over the place. Brother Marty, I know you heard, Mr. Ash, you had a couple of days to dissect and absorb everything that you heard. So let us hear your reaction, your feelings, your thoughts, anything. You can take it from any direction, sir. Over to you.
All right. I will not live up to that, what you just said. But anyway, I'll try. I want to go back just a little bit to put a perspective of what was said yesterday. I've been online full-time for 20 years. And during that 20 years, more than half of it was with Dan and Mike. And I got better as time went on. You flip over a rock, you go, crap, I didn't know that. Then you flip over another rock, oh, I didn't know that either. And then I teamed up with Mike and Dan, and we moved faster. One was, I can't write. I can, but it's horrible. So Dan could write. So that part of the team alone was worth it, because he could write what we were thinking. I can say what I'm thinking, but I can't write what I'm thinking. That's very important. And then Mike, he's like me, he shouldn't be writing, okay? But anyway, so Dan did that part, Mike did videos. Now let's move along. Right before Unpassive, we had found the golden goose. And what I mean by that is we knew how to drive traffic. You give us the right product and the right company, we won. Here was the problem. I thought as we were winning that everybody with us would win too. That was a kick in the gut. Because we knew even when we did it, if we could find one that ran more than 90 days, how do we bring people with us? We take 3 months branding, figuring out an ad that would work. This is expensive, by the way, ask Dan. And then have the company be there when you're ready to go. Then the company stays a little longer and you start building a team, which we have no problem, but the team can't do what you did. They can't. Some could, but it takes a lot of time. I had full time doing it. So I'm not saying people can't do it. It's very, especially if you're on a shoestring budget, you got to make things work. Now get past that. So the end of 2018, the conversations were going, do we start something of our own? I guess we could. It would just be digital stuff that's already out there and you give it away cheaper. Or what? And no doubt, I mean, even praying, like I need to know what can we do? It's working. The concept works, but why can't somebody come up with something where everybody wins or has the opportunity to win? There it was. January comes along, and I'm actually looking because when I was at any business we were in, we didn't look at other businesses. We ran it to its course. But you can't master something if your eyes are looking both directions. You got to get it down pat. Well, so I find on passive to Peter. You guys know that story. I want to get when we first started on passive. I don't know if the conversation was said, but from here in the heart and to each other, we said, this might be what we were looking for. This might be it. So what did we do? It was always insisted by all of us. And I didn't want to go anywhere without building a relationship as we build our team. Because the relationship of people, if the company's good on its side, the relationship of the people is priceless. I don't want people to be a number. I want to know Bob Takusi. I don't want to know 107.6, or whatever. Everybody given a number in that world. So we started building on Passive Nation. And this is very true. I want to let you know. So we're looking at the concept, how do we get people to come in? And the idea was, whether we liked it or didn't like it, here's what we did. We sold a hope and a dream. There was no products, but we sold what we believed on passive was. And I want you to keep in mind, I never listened to the 2 tapes that Ask sent. Never. I looked at the concept. I say there's somebody involved here. We didn't know right away. We knew his name was Ashmi Farah, is doing this. And when we were looking at the concept, everybody wins. That was a big deal. That was the biggest deal. Do I need the money? Yeah. Is a polar bear white? I mean, yes, I needed the money. So we get going. And every company we're in, we insisted on meeting whoever the top dog is. And most of the time, we probably didn't meet the top one. No, we probably did. And you get that feeling. And I promise to everybody here, every company we were ever in, and there was companies we were in that $10,000 a day was moving back and forth, okay? But it was like monopoly money. And there was something missing. The heart of the company wasn't there. Something wasn't right. And we get going and we're, whoa. Something's not right. Something's not right. I always felt it was I never had the feeling I have now. Let's put it that way, ever. And as time went, there was a good reason we had that feeling, because something happened. That's the difference. So we get it on passive. I had the feeling, and I know it was spreading because whoa, wait a minute. Everyone can win here. Let's slam this thing. So we come up with an ad. We're doing all the stuff. And we started bringing people in. And we talked to them, and we had, between us 3, we made 80 autoresponders. It lasted months. Anyway, it was a tangle of, it was a crazy weave of all kinds of directions. It's crazy. And that definitely was not duplicatable. But this mess, we could read it. That's all. We wrote a new language and nobody could read it but us. And that wasn't on purpose, but that's what worked. So we're bringing these people in. And I remember pretty close to the beginning, I want to meet this Ash guy. I need to know who he is. Like, you listen to somebody, you want to hear what they're saying, and are they what I'm imagining they would be? About 3 months in, we're starting to do, Mike's doing videos. And we're talking about on passive of what we think it is. And sometimes Mike, no, don't send that because we don't know. So we finally meet Ash, and he called me and says, hey, this is Ash McFarland, I'm your friend or whatever. And I go, yeah, right. No, I didn't say that. I knew his voice. I heard him on the webinar. So then we met, and you guys know that. We had a meeting with him and all that. And after the meeting, it was known by all three of us without even talking, this is one unique individual with a big heart. There's no doubt. And very talented. We were in the room with a chess master, if you know what I mean. Yeah, we played chess. We were better than some, but we were in there with the grand, right? The grand chess player. And I said, well, this is great, with a big heart. So I said, well, this is where we wanted to be. This is what I've been looking for 20 years. So this goes on. And what I'm talking about now, because I have always talked about you. I'm going to do fine. Mike's going to do fine. Dan's going to do fine. You're going to do fine. That's the first time I could say that in 20 years. And I know, like Mike said earlier, a lot of people don't know what they have. But I painted this picture last week, and I want to kind of gloss over it again. And I'll get into 360 and Ash McFarland. But I want you to think that one of the best marketers online in the last 20 years was Ash McFarland. He was what you would call a super affiliate. If he went somewhere, he would find out what is the company about, what are the products, and he would say, what is the pay structure? And he would master that structure in record time. He didn't waste time. He knew what it took. Ash had said one time he was able to mail out 80 million emails. Guys, that's ridiculous. Anyway, so he had the skills to do it. But you know what Ash did? He went through the same thing we did on a gigantic scale. I mean, gigantic. We're a coffee shop. He's Amazon, okay? But he saw how do I bring people, how do people come with me? Now, just through osmosis, just by Ash rubbing up against a few people, he produced people that were millionaires. That makes sense because in that world, it's like Bill Gates was a billionaire. Everyone around him this day are multimillionaires. Some of them are billionaires. The same with Ray Kroc. The same with Sam Walton. Sam Walton had registered people that worked at the register originally. He couldn't afford to pay him a raise. He gave him shares in the company. And some of those people are multi-millionaires, being in the right place at the right time. And it's like lightning hitting. It's like getting attacked by a shark in Arizona. And it just doesn't happen. But it does vary once in a while. You're in the once in a while. We are in that once in a while. The lightning striking. And I mean this so I wouldn't say it. Ash has built a toolbox or a toolkit that we can reach in and grab AI traffic. Now, as soon as you grab it and you purchase AI traffic, you have hired Ash McFarland to go out and traffic for you. That's just an example. Or a Tony Robbins, no joke. All that was taken away, all the skills you might have needed and all the up and down and what works, what doesn't work. You have to do none of it. A/B testing, go through a bunch of advertising and to realize that you can't use this word or that word. I mean, it's just a nightmare. So when you see me and I'm excited and yeah, 6 years, lives and all that, oh, you're doing a good job. It's not about doing a good job. It's about finding something you've been looking for all your life. And I want to convey to people that even if they don't know what they have, I'm going to bug the hell out of you until you do know. I am going to push it on you until you realize what you have. Because a lot of times you follow somebody and you grab a hold of them, you want what they want, you don't really know what it is, but if you hold on long enough and listen, you'll learn what it is. That's what people on Passive are doing. That's how you get an Ivy Nix and Janet and Michael and all of us. All the people you've heard in the last 3 or 4 years that you never even knew before. So we learn all that, and now everybody now in on Passive has the opportunity in their fingertips of being the best at online marketing globally. And there's some important things that we're told to people that want to be successful. You need to have more than one stream of income. Never rely, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Ash Mufara produces baskets too, okay? So if you plug in and use on Passive to its fullest, there is no end to the stream of income. I know this sounds hypey, and I'm not hypey. That's Mike's job. I'm just kidding, Mike. But I'm not. In fact, I always try to pull myself back. Today, I'm not. Ash has all the baskets. He has many streams of income. There's enough streams and income on Passive years to come that will make Niagara Falls look like the water running down the side of your ditch. Really, no joke. Because he wanted to make sure he took every sector on the planet that was worth something to people, high demand, and made it so that you could put that in your virtual store. When people walk into Bob Tacusi's store, everything that they've had and used it online, they can find it on a blue light special. It's above market value, extremely above market value. We have to change that. I'm still talking about 360 the other day. Extreme market value level. High demand, extreme. If you just looked at the market caps on everything we've ever talked about and add them together and just take 50%, 30%, it's trillions. It's trillions. And indirectly, we're not hurting anybody. Now, some directly will have a problem, but that's the way life is. The biggest problem the industry will have is competing with a company that cares about the people. Yeah. That's going to be a problem for them. People say, oh, they could redo stuff. You can't redo a thought from the heart or have it where everybody wins. Companies want the pyramid shape. That's just the way it's always been. So no doubt Ash is going to take a lot of crap, has taken a lot of crap, because he's doing something that to normal business people, it doesn't make sense. And Ash loves it. The more it doesn't make sense, the happier he is, okay? But I'm just saying, you have in your fingertips, and you got to feed this in your head. But here's where the thing really comes in. There might be a timeline, but I know I went over it. But the thing we have to remember is you cannot give light to others or train others if you don't have light in yourself. You have to believe you are good enough. Listen, I told myself a long time ago, walk, talk, breathe, and be today who you want to be in 5 years. Because if you walk and you happen to be broke and you act like you don't know, and you act like you're a nomad, you're trying to find, nobody's going to follow you. It's just the way it is. I'm not saying lies. I believe what I'm saying. I don't talk about money. I don't think it's going to be an issue. Only is what do I do with it? But I think everybody's going to have that. But first, you got to work on you. I hear people say, oh, I'm not a leader. There's one leader in Unpassive, his name is Ash Mufar. Everyone, and he's the biggest servant. If you want to emulate Ash, be a servant. If you lift people above yourself and let go of the pride, if I lift him up, all the light's going to be on him. They're not going to look at me. That's the way it should be. By the way, the more people you lift up, the shining back on you is bright as hell. Okay, trust me. You don't need to worry about that. That's another byproduct. Push people above yourself, and then you'll find out who they are. Because the power of this, look, nobody here has to concentrate on products. No one. In fact, we're better off not even worrying about it. He's obviously, from the way he bounced around on 360, he's got the dream team, okay? There's a dream team of something going on that, let's put it this way, if Mr. Mufar is impressed, that's good enough for me. If he's impressed, oh my God, right? That's good for all of us. But keep in mind, you deserve what you want. You have to be that person to get what you want. You need to know, I deserve this. I'm not talking about being greedy. You deserve to have a better life. You're a leader. People say I'm not a leader. Listen, when you walk out of Unpassive and this launches to the world, there will be a day that we are 1/10 of 1% of the company. And during the journey, when a lot of us went, oh my God, this Japan, I wish it would just launch. That'll be gone. It'll be such a distant memory, you won't remember what it feels like. But the new life will be, Ivy, aren't you were in that company as a founder? That's it. When you walk into a room, they're going to say, wow, is she taller? Wow, did Marty lose weight? He looks younger, whatever. That's called success and believing in yourself. It really is. People that walk into a room, you see them and everybody crowds around them. It's a beautiful thing to have people crowd around you because of your heart. And that is going to be contagious. So if you think you're going to go through this and your life's not going to be different, you better check yourself at the front door, because the day will come. And the only reason I'm saying this is you don't have to do anything I'm saying. But when you walk in and it's on the news and it's such an impact in the world, people will remember who you are. The ones that told you no will definitely remember. Their friends and their friends' friends. And what about that company? Wasn't your great uncle in that Unpassive? Yeah, he's a founder. Really, can I meet him? No joke. Now you think that's all pie in the sky. Steve Ballmer from Microsoft, worth billions and billions of dollars. They ask him to speak all the time. Half the people don't know who he is, but people in business know. They know. I'm just saying, ride this thing for whatever it's worth. You're not forced to do anything, but know your business. Colin says this all the time. I mean, Oliver does too. Know your business. Why? When people come to talk to you about your business, you should know it. You don't have to sell anything. They're going to come get it. And you've got targeted traffic. You don't have to go to friends and family. All the ones that told you no, they're coming. They're coming anyway. There's 1.4 million people in Unpassive, or at least 1.4 million accounts. Let's say there's 800,000 founders. You don't think there's at least double that told you no? I think there's 5 times that. So they're coming. 5 million more people are coming. We haven't even opened the door yet. That's going to happen. And then targeted traffic, AI, and everybody's going to come in. You know what's going to draw them? You. People want to be here. People don't even know it yet. You know the feeling you have when you're working all day and say, I can't wait to get to a webinar. I can't wait to be around my extended family. They understand me because my regular family thinks I'm a crazy man, okay? And the same thing goes for all of you. But that can expand. There's a lot of people out there that need this kind of support and everything else, and it will change lives. And you are part of it. And the more part of it is up to you. And remember, there's a little soldier in your head. When you were a kid, there wasn't one. All the information was possible. I could be a fireman, I could be an astronaut, I could be, and then all of a sudden, life starts creeping in, and this guy, the soldier, gets in, and it's called Mr. Negative, Sergeant Negative. In fact, he gets so good at it, he doesn't let positive in. Fire him. Replace him with positive. Yes, I do belong. Yes, I can do that. Because remember, the hard work, Ash did 98% of the work. We can do 2%. And all we got to do is emulate Ash Mufara. He's going to make 1 million Mother Teresas. Act like it. That's all I'm saying. Act like it. That's the least we could do. We weren't beat up. We weren't raked over the coals online. We didn't have the government after us. We didn't have whatever happened overseas and stealing and whatever you could imagine happening. And what happened? He stood back up and worried about us. The least we could do is carry the torch. How much, how big, doesn't matter. Carry something, move forward. But you can't do that if you don't grow. And you got to grow in here. I'm not talking about size. I'm big enough. I don't want to grow anymore. But you can work on yourself and start to understand what you really have. Don't worry about the other stuff. You don't even have to worry about money. That's a given. You put the right ingredients in and you put it in the oven and take it out in an hour and a half or 45 minutes. It's a cake, okay? You do the same ingredients here. It's called success and money that will choke you. It's going to happen. It's a byproduct. You have no choice. You're going to do I'm looking at 1 million people. I'm looking at all these people here that are going to be millionaires, whether you like it or not. My opinion. But you could get there quicker if you want to. Anyway, that's all I got.
Wow, Brother Madi. Wow, wow, wow. You just blow our minds. One thing that I take, I think this goes to you, Dan and Mike. I think you guys have been successful online. We've heard you guys have talked to us, I think, in different times. The one thing that you guys always regretted was being successful, but the people that you brought along couldn't make it, and you've told us that with Unpassive, everybody wins, everyone wins. I think that's one of the major attractions that held you guys together to join Unpassive the way you did and did what you did. And then you also told us that Ash Mufara is building a toolkit, an AI traffic toolkit. So in effect, if you purchase that toolkit, you are asking Ash Mufara to work for you for your business. That is something that I want us to remember. Remember, our founder, Ash Mufara, is one. You cannot count with one hand the best online marketers in the world. You cannot count one hand, and Ash Mufara is one of them. So if you buy this AI toolkit, then you are asking him to work for you. That's what Brahmadi was saying here. He also said that you deserve what you want. You deserve what you want. So if you want to be happy in life, you deserve it. If you want to be sad in life, you deserve it. So, and all this boils down to you being what you want to be with Unpassive. So let me call this wonderful lady that is a privilege for us having her here today. She's joining us from the Bahamas. Is Janet Butler. I want to thank you personally on behalf of all the founders worldwide. I want to thank you for what you've been doing to us in Unpassive behind the scenes. You along with Brother Dan. I think there's Mr. Derek Cook, Don White, Peter Sura. Those of you who listen to, I believe Michael William too will fall in this category because he used to make summaries sometimes. Just having that ability to comprehend what Ash Mufara says, put it in writing for us to come back to the back office and read it and catch up. That is a service that deserves applause from every single founder for your service to all parties. So thank you for joining us here today. This is your first time being here, so we can say you have to spotlight you. You can tell us who you are, what you're doing. You can tell us what you heard from Mr. Ash in the past couple of days, or anything that you want to ignite or inspire us. And then I'm going to call on our sister Marcel. I know Marcel is busy. She's in and out, so she will come next, and then we'll continue going around. So, Janet, thank you
Sure,
for coming.
sure. Thank you. So yeah, it's definitely been a fun journey, and thanks for being on the show here with you guys. Thanks for inviting me. Um, I do want to share a little bit about my interpretation of the journey and all the things that I have actually learned along the way. Um, Many of us that are here because we are like-minded. You attract people that are just like you. Um, and we are all people of a purpose. I've definitely learned that initially. All of us here are because we don't accept the status quo of life. Many of us here have had journeys prior to on passive about going the extra mile, diving into different projects because we want to make a difference. We don't want the norm, right? And so we choose to excel. So we're purpose driven people. Um, and I'm going to talk today about a couple of different words, and they're all going to begin with a P. So I just want to encourage you to pull out these P words because they resonate with me, and they're words that define a character that Ash has, I believe, been teaching us because we have all learned from Ash along the way. Whenever he comes on a webinar and speaks to us, it's because he has something to share, whether it's about the business, but more often than not, the majority of us know that it's because he wants to share with us his purpose and to join a movement that he is creating. And that is a movement to uplift humanity. And many of us who have stood by the journey, it's because we do not, I'm going to go people, planet, and profit. These are three words that we um, we agree that we don't want to be a part of a world that exploits people, that exploits our planet, and also is only about profits, right? That's what we're not about. But what we are about and what I have learned and tried to develop and adjust my character, and I know many of you have as well because I've seen you talk about it on numerous webinars, and that is having a passion, having peace, and living a life of prosperity. So, as we are about to embark on a new chapter in our lives, and I'm going to piggyback off a couple of things that Dan, Mike, and Marty said. Dan noted that we're starting a new chapter in our lives. Mike mentioned that if you don't have a moral character about you, you are not going anywhere in this business. And Marty talks about having that integrity and lifting up others and having a passion for others and putting them before you. So I want us to reflect on passion, peace, and prosperity. And these are not just words, they're a foundation of the movement that we are embarking on, a movement that is not about ourselves, but about uplifting humanity. Passion is where it begins. It's that burning desire that we all have inside of us to make a difference and follow a calling that resonates deeply within us. And I want to encourage us all to choose a passion project that reflects the light that's in you, what lights you up. Because when you work with a passion, your energy becomes contagious, and that's what's going to inspire others to join us in creating this change. Okay. Um, we, our passion is important, but without peace, okay, without peace, it can lead to burnout. And we all know, we've been on webinars weeks and weeks and weeks, and we've helped a lot of people. And we know sometimes we have to take a step back and kind of invest back in ourselves. But so I want to encourage, as we move forward, to find a balance within ourselves. Find that peace that keeps you grounded. What gives you clarity to handle the challenges of life with grace and strength to keep moving forward without losing sight of our big mission, okay? Peace is what allows us to serve others without feeling depleted. And when you put passion and peace and you work and they work together, prosperity is going to just follow. And I'm not just talking about the material success. I'm talking about the prosperity of spirit, that abundance that comes when we uplift others, when we create meaningful change, when we leave a legacy of love, hope, and impact. That's true prosperity, the kind that transcends personal gain and enriches the whole world around us. So when we choose our passion projects, let's remember that our movement is about uplifting humanity. Let your passion guide you. Let peace sustain you, and then trust that the prosperity will follow, because together I know that we're going to create a ripple effect that's going to touch lives far beyond what we can imagine. So that's what I have learned and have hold true and held on throughout this journey here with all of you. And I know that all of you are on that same path, because that's what we're all here together, and we're all attracting one another. And we wouldn't have stood the course of being here the years that we have if it hasn't been the love that has brought us together of what Unpassive is, and it hasn't been the constant mentoring from Ash, you know. So that's what I want to bring here today, and I hope that we can all move together, and I look forward to seeing everyone in person. Back to you, Bob.
Wow, 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 Janet. Please, you should come out more often. We need this inspiration, Janet. Thank you so much. You told us to live a purpose-driven life, and you emphasize on character. Character. I think last week we talked about character as character, the foundation of our character being the fruit of life. You know, the fruit of life is good character, says one great philosopher. You know, good character and acts of common good. You know, and Mr. Ash is about to amplify that by giving us this grace. That's it. It's about to give us. He told us to focus on people, planet, and profit. That we should not exploit people, planet, and not worry about profit too much, right? And then you focus on passion, peace, and prosperity. So that was great. Thank you so much, Janet. We need to hear more of that. So let's go down to the Lone Star State of Texas, where everything is big. Let's hear from our sister Marcia Nemabu. I know you are busy this weekend, but you took the time to still join us. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Good morning or afternoon, wherever you are. What an excitement day, a great Saturday. Thank you, Janet, for what you just said. And for the past 4 years plus, I've learned a lot from the School of Unpassive in the price of zero. I mean, it's every single day I learn from all my friends and brothers sitting here on the table, and that's with a price of zero. And today I'm expressing my excitement about the new beginning and something fun that is coming. And for the first time in the history of the whole world, we are going to have a digital company fun time. Means you are going to be using your gadget, using your internet world, using every tools online with fun, no stress. Why? Because a man, somebody with a heart, have decided to create a one-time spotlight where you click and everything is done for you. And he did that with all his heart. How are we not going to be so amazing for this? How can we not be excited for this? How can we have something that is so simple and so clear for us to use. You don't have to go to any school to learn how to do it. And you don't have to pay the price of your family to use it. You don't have to sell an organ to be part of it. This is so uplifting and this is so wonderful. And this company called Unpassive, it was a grace that we are all in, because like Maddie said, we are just very soon going to be the less than 1% of this company, the early bird funding people that we are. But how can you be in and think you are going to enjoy all the great things that the company have give if you yourself did not see the value of what you have? Because when you are in Unpassive and you have a great journey, you keep coming, learning, growing, observing, understanding, and getting the sense that the sense on the direction that the company is taking you, you are going to be successful. There's no doubt. You are going to be successful. This company was made for people like me, for people like you that are looking, for people that did not know how they were going to succeed or have something to in life, for people that they were just existing, because a lot of us were not living, we were existing. We were existing. Why? Because tomorrow when we were going to leave this place, there will be no name to be called coming from us. We will just go and everything is done. But today, my excitement is I believe and I know and I'm confident that when I leave this world tomorrow, I'm not going to be just existing, but I will be living. Because one person, Mr. Ashmufara, he gave me back my dignity to be a real human being. He gave me back a dignity. He gave me back my faith. He resigned on me and giving me what I did not knew that I was going to be, even worse, I was born to be that. I learned that I can speak to 2 or 3 people. I didn't do that before. 4 years ago, I couldn't say any word to 2 people, even to myself. I was so shy. And I was gathering behind my trouble, behind the pain that I grew up with. We have all those pain. I was hiding something that the world was supposed to know. And guess what? Here come a man and he said, no, you have to go out and let the whole world know you, because your story might help one person. Your story might help 2 people. Your story can be something great for the world. And that's the reason I am so excited today. That's the reason at any time when there's something to do that concerning Unpassive, I put everything in hold, because this is my future. This is my future. I put it in hold and I give the moment for this company, because I have the direction. I know where I'm going. This is my plan. You cannot succeed without having a plan. For you to get where you want tomorrow, you have to make a plan. You cannot just say, Mr. Ashmufara is doing it for us. It's a free highway to drive, and you have a bad car. When you get on that freeway with a bad tire, the freeway will take you down the street. So you have to make sure that when you are driving on that freeway, you are ready. And that's why at any moment, any time, there's something to do, anything to say about Unpassive, I sit down quietly on my comfort place, I get my pen and my paper, I pay attention, because that's my future. So today, I'm not going to take a lot of time here, and I thank you, Uncle Bob, the OTech Pro guys. Thank you so much for really being there for us. Thank you, Unpassive Nation, because you guys came in and you opened the door for us. You did not just keep it for yourself. You opened the door for all of us. And I'm going to thank my other brother here that have helped us from the French community to really come out and understood that the direction of this company is for all of us, not for some certain people. So I really appreciate you all, and let us start having fun and prepare our future for the next experiment of tomorrow. Thank you.
Amen. Amen. Thank you, my sister Marcia. Thank you. I know today is a very busy day for you, but just that thing inside you, that burning desire inside you, that unperseverance that is inside your soul, will not let you not be with us here today. I want to remind all of us that also on this panel, we have another scribe. There's an extraordinary scribe here who speaks both languages, English and French. So I'm going to call on my brother Collins to come and give us his take while preparing her to come next and just give us a summary of what she has listened so far in the French language so that to keep our French community abreast. So my brother Collins from London, United Kingdom, how are you doing today? What you got for us, sir?
Wow, Bob, you took me by surprise.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's okay because I was hoping for the rest, but it's okay. Yeah, so I've listened. It's really a great webinar because I listened to Downstreet, Mike Ellis, um, Jane, Janet, Marcien. You've just said everything. What can I say again? It's just like it's finished. Maybe we can just shut the webinar and go. But again, unpassive is something that when you come, you always want to add something. Listening to Mr. Ash Mofara for the past 2 weeks, we had the OP360 last Wednesday, and then the last two. But there is something that really still hit me in my heart. For the last two, that day was something, it was an eye-opener, and I even said it in Bangladesh webinar. Mr. Ash talked about conscience. Even now and then, I always think about conscience. How do we search our heart? Are we telling the truth or are we lying? Or are we faking things? Like Newman said something, I was there when they beatified him in Birmingham. Now he's St. Newman. I was there live. And one of his common phrases, let our heart speak unto our heart. When you do something, your heart speak unto your heart. Are you doing the right thing or are you doing the wrong thing? Are you doing it to get fame or are you doing it because you want people to applaud you or you're doing it to help others? But Ash talked about something about conscience because our heart is our conscience. He said, if I come here every day to tell you something of which I know it will never happen, my conscience will never rest in peace. My conscience will not allow me to do that. And when you talk about conscience, when someone come and make that statement, let's forget about we can talk about the IT solution, the best of the best, we can talk about the whole unpassive. But if we are doing anything, your conscience will determine. There are people who build the best. They build things. We can talk about Elon Musk, all those companies. But are they doing it in good faith? Or are they doing it to enrich themselves? We're talking about unpassive is the beacon of hope. It is there for humanity. I started with humanity, and that is why he is living by his conscience. If I cannot raise people up, unpassive is meaningless to me. And I look at it, people who live by their conscience. These are people of integrity. There are people of honesty, sincerity, ethical. If you say somebody is ethical, you cannot say somebody is ethical without talking about without conscience. Those who don't have conscience, they do whatever they want to do. They don't know wrong from right. They just do whatever. Like Isaiah said, what? We have changed bitter to be sweet and sweet to bitter. Whatever we see, we call it's bitter. So we don't even know good from bad, bad from good. But Ash made this statement. If I'm coming here every day to tell you lies, to tell you that unpassive is real, of which I know there is nothing, my conscience will not allow me to come here. It means I'm wasting my time. I will come here and tell you, go and continue with your life. Do whatever you can do to survive because it is not real. There is no need for him to come and be lying to us. So this message goes to those who don't believe in unpassive. You don't need to see it for you to believe. When those who came in, like Mali Digamo said, he didn't look at it. Those who came 2006, what happened to them? It was just spreadsheet. There was no product. There was nothing. There was no website. They came in by faith because they listened to him. It was just like someone in the wilderness crying, this is the way I want to take you. Like John the Baptist said, this is the way. Follow me and I will take you to the top. There was nothing, no beauty at that time of unpassive. It was just nothing. someone saying his own vision and dream, and millions of people follow that dream, and today we are in unpassive. So why on earth are we going to turn back and say, no, it is not real? After we've seen the journey from spreadsheet to Go Founder, to O Founder, to OES, and now we are going to the next level, the transition of the next level. We can say, yes, people will say, but I have not received anything. Those who have used the product, we call it SaaS, software as a service, pay as you go. You have used it, whether you like it or not. When you use it, the company has to pay the service provider for everything and other things they are paying the engineer for building the software, enhancement, maintenance, and all this. It's not coming from your pocket. When we use Zoom, we are not getting money back from Zoom. But Zoom is making a lot because they have to pay their service provider. It is a SaaS product, software as a service, pay as you go. If Ash were to charge us for 1 year, how many of us would have been able to say, you cannot pay for Zoom, even if you don't use it, go back and say, I didn't use it, give my money. They'll tell you software as a service. You signed that, is it 1/8. Bob, you have done it. You paid, how many times do you use it? But you are paying every day. The day you don't pay, they shut you down because they have to pay their service provider, their hosting right and everything. So this is unpassive. We talk as affiliate, as founders, but look at the millions of customers that will come. They are not coming for anything, for any return, but they have the profitability of using the software to enhance their business. That is their own benefit. We are here as founders because we think we can make commission. Say, if I don't use it, no. But yes, you are using it because you come as someone who want to make commission. But remember that there are people who need to use this software for you to make commission. And if it's not the best of the best, how do you make the commission? So this is not for us here, but it's for millions to come. Let's remember that it's an IT company. They will build a platform, and many companies will come in, use that product for us to make what we want to make. Ash is doing it not for himself, but to raise humanity. He started with the founding position. Tell me any IT company that have started with founding position. Show me millions upon millions of them. Microsoft is owned by Bill Gates alone with his family. Tesla is owned by Elon Musk. Tell me if there was any founder in Elon Musk. You know, Apple brought a couple of them, and that was it. You know, that is it. There is no one with millions to tell you someone who say, you know what, I don't need it. I want to take you with me, flip everything upside down and put a lot so you can go out and bless others. Show them the way that this is the perfect solution where they can make something and they can enhance their own business if they want to do so. So let us open our eye. Let us stay focused, as our brother Bob will say, and let us be patient, you know, and that's it. We are fine, as Oliver always said. We are fine. We are really good. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob.
Stay focused and we are fine. That's the catchphrase. Thank you, my brother. That was well said, well delivered. So let me prepare my sister Jean. You're going to come next after we receive this brief interlude, I may say, in the French language, so that our sister can keep our French community abreast with what has been going on here. Very briefly, she will just summarize it. I know Brother Dan, Mike, and Maddie, they said something really important that they might want to know. If you can just remember to summarize it a little bit, and then we'll proceed with Sister Jean. Over to you, my sister Francine.
Merci beaucoup. Et notre joie est profonde aujourd'hui parce que nous avons nos Tech Pro parmi nous. Et donc, aujourd'hui, nous pouvons redémarrer parfaitement. Nous sommes contents parce que le PDG nous a annoncé que le lien avait bien fonctionné. Donc, Mike Ellis est profondément convaincu que les nouvelles sont bonnes, le train est en marche. Et très prochainement, notre PDG passera parmi nous, comme il l'a promis, dans les prochains jours. Il va nous donner des nouvelles encore beaucoup plus épatantes. Malgré des doutes qui peuvent encore subsister chez beaucoup, Mike tient à nous demander vraiment de comprendre que pendant longtemps, le monde a été contenu comme dans une cage, comme un oiseau en cage, et qu'on ne pas si bien briser cela pour nous donner des ailes de la liberté. Donc, nous devons nous en réjouir. On passive nous sort et nous libère de la cage. Tous ceux qui sont habités par la pureté morale, qui est revenue à plusieurs reprises dans ce que nous sommes en train de dire ici, il nous faut un esprit pur, un esprit qui cherche à prendre son envol grâce à H. Moufare pour partager tout ce qu'il est en train de nous apporter avec un mode opératoire très nouveau. Donc, maintenant, retenons de Mike Ellis que nous devons sortir de notre cage et prendre notre envol. Là-dessus, Dan Street a vraiment exprimé beaucoup de gratitude. Cela est également une attitude qui revient régulièrement et qui est réclamée dans l'esprit du mouvement On Passive. Avoir un esprit de gratitude, d'autant plus que le PDG a confirmé que nous avions des équipes les plus compétentes qui sont arrivées en cette période et qui nous permettent donc d'être confiants et de pouvoir avancer calmement. Regardons de l'avant, n'oublions pas, c'est un mot phare que nous devons garder ce soir. Regardons de l'avant car le temps est critique, notre OES arrive, soyons concentrés, soyons dirigés vers l'avenir. Et là-dessus, Marty Digarmo a repris l'historique dans lequel il nous guide ces derniers temps pour dire qu'en 20 ans, au moment où il vient tomber sur une passive, c'est le bon moment. Et qu'il a toujours travaillé avec Mike Ellis, donc ils sont tous les deux complices. Hein. Et lorsqu'ils ont commencé en passive, ils ont compris que c'était l'affaire dans laquelle ils devaient rester. Et c'est ainsi qu'ils ont mis en place la nation en passive. Et la nation en passive est le balbutiement de ce que nous voyons aujourd'hui qui progresse de plus en plus. Et que le concept, l'image qu'il a prise, c'est l'image des gains du Monopoly. Je ne sais pas s'il y en a parmi nous qui jouent au Monopoly, mais c'est l'image qu'il a prise pour expliquer la chronologie de la mise en place de là où nous nous retrouvons aujourd'hui. Donc, il a parlé des répondeurs automatiques qu'ils ont mis en place et des vidéos, le système vidéo vers lequel ils se sont orientés. Et il confirme que M. H. Moufare, il n'y a pas meilleur marketeur aujourd'hui. Si nous en comptons au bout de nos doigts, il n'y a pas meilleur marketeur que M. H. Moufare. Et donc, être dans une équipe avec cette personne-là ne peut que garantir le succès, surtout qu'il nous confirme avoir les meilleurs techniciens avec lui aujourd'hui. Donc, il nous garantit qu'au cœur de On Passive, nous aurions plusieurs sources de revenus. Donc, il n'est pas d'une source de revenus, mais nous en aurions plusieurs. Donc, travaillons, c'est très important, agissons et croyons. Restons dans la foi. Si apprenons à laisser briller les autres, ce n'est pas à nous de briller, c'est parce que nous allons laisser la place aux autres pour briller que notre lumière sera beaucoup plus forte et que On Passive va bien déterminer son message dans un monde corrompu que nous avons aujourd'hui. Donc, travaillons beaucoup sur nous-mêmes pour avoir cette humilité de laisser les autres briller afin que nous puissions briller tous ensemble. Donc, l'argent n'est plus un souci pour nous. Et là-dessus, Jan Butler est venu avec une notion très spirituelle pour nous parler de la gratitude encore en appuyant là-dessus. Bob a d'abord appuyé sur la gratitude parce que l'équipe de Nouvelle-Papouasie est avec nous. Donc, il exprime ses remerciements et Janet nous a partagé ce qu'elle comprend en nous résumant trois mots très importants avec la lettre P qu'elle a développée en anglais. Ça ne donne pas tout à fait la même chose en français, mais en résumé, il s'agit de la passion que nous pouvons avoir, de la prospérité et de la paix. Donc, ce sont des notions très importantes. Elle a parlé des humains, elle a parlé de la planète et elle a parlé des profits. Elle trouve que la lettre P est très puissante à travers tous ces mots-ci qui se retrouvent dans on passive. Donc, elle a dit qu'il faut tirer vers le haut. Elle a continué dans la lancée de Marty Digarmo. Apprenons à tirer les autres vers le haut, à laisser les autres briller. Donc, trouvons notre équilibre et la paix nous permet de servir les autres et de ne pas nous sentir vidés après ça. Donc, quand nous induisons un changement de valeur, nous laissons notre passion nous conduire et la paix nous renforcer, nous raffermir. Là-dessus, ma sœur Martienne Emagou a été émerveillée pour ce qu'elle a pu vivre depuis qu'elle est dans On Passive, elle qui était une personne timide, elle qui cachait parfois des aspects de sa vie privée. Elle s'est rendue compte qu'avec On Passive, elle a pu s'ouvrir et que partager ces éléments qui étaient pour elle un complexe peut-être, ça a permis d'aider beaucoup de personnes au sein d'On Passive. Donc, nous sommes dans le succès à partir du moment où nous comprenons que tout est mis en place pour notre succès individuel. Et nous avons cela à travers H. Moufaré, qui a pour mission de redresser l'humanité et de nous tirer vers le haut. Notre Collins Manner, comme d'habitude, nous a entraînés dans les profondeurs de dire que on est dans le domaine du IT. Il ne faut pas l'oublier. Et le Haïti que nous avons eu l'occasion de le palper. Nous avons touché du doigt. Donc, nous ne sommes pas une compagnie abstraite. Nous sommes une compagnie qui existe. On Passive n'est pas dans l'abstrait. On Passive est concret. Nous avons pu mettre la main dessus. Si je ne peux élever l'humanité, On Passive n'est pas mon lot. Ce qui veut dire que lorsque nous sommes dans On Passive, nous avons épousé l'idée d'élever l'humanité. Sinon, nous n'avons pas notre place à l'intérieur de On Passive. Donc, n'oublions jamais que nous sommes dans une compagnie qui a des produits réels, mais qui a l'humanité en son cœur. Je pense que c'est ce que nous avons dit depuis que nous avons commencé. Je vous remercie.
Très bien, ma sœur. Mais pour ajouter ça, Marty Degamo a travaillé avec Dan Street et Mike Ellis, et toi. Ce n'est pas seulement il avec Mike Ellis.
Absolument,
OK?
absolument.
Oui.
Merci pour la précision.
Bien fait, bien fait. Merci beaucoup. My French is very bad, so I can listen to it more than I can speak. Let us go to the one and only Jean Aliva, the one who speaks to you and it gets right into your heart. That's Jean. Jean, please give us what your feelings are, what you think, what has been happening. You can just inspire us, take us from any direction. I know you're going to touch my heart. Thank you.
Oh, Bob. I wish you hadn't said that. It's hard to speak from the heart when your heart is breaking, but I'm going to do it. I just want to dedicate today to honor Casey Zevenbergen. He's someone who's no longer with us physically, but I know he's with us in spirit. Matter of fact, I think he's in Mike Ellis's background. I think Mike, he would really appreciate that background, and it represents a storm, which I like to look at that as the storm that's going to sweep away the corruption of this world. And Casey would absolutely appreciate that. And behind it is coming beautiful sunshine, healing rains, just wonderful things coming. But I wanted to mention Casey because he was a true on-passivian. He represents what this company is about. He was passionate. He was dedicated. He was on all the meetings. He was in the chats, ever positive, so gracious. And he represented what this company is trying to do in the world. Acceptance, tolerance, love, deep love. Janet, I loved what you said. It was just perfect. And so Casey's not here with us now, but his his dream, his passion, it's going to live on in each of us. And the thing that's the tribute to this company as well is that one of us being gone cracks us wide open. And why is that? Because this is different. We're special. This company is not a normal, it's not just a business. It's a movement. It's a force of nature, a force of love. And I think that is the difference. That is how we're going to create change in this world. And so Casey is now in all of our hearts, and we're going to do him honor by continuing to do our passion projects, our gathering together in groups and creating a change in Thailand, perhaps in honor of Casey. And so for me, I don't have too much to say because, as I said, I'm a little shattered, but I know that the great thing about us is that we grieve together, we heal together, and we grow together, and we support one another together, and we have fun together. And Casey loved to have fun. He went to trivia every night. He was always joking, but so in such a gracious, loving way, and a little wry smile. So, I mean, I think we are. I'm having trouble articulating anything today, but I know that with Casey's spirit in our hearts, and we're going to be able to go forward. And any other losses that we encounter, we're going to be able to get through it together. And we're going to have a blast because we are the ones that are going to create change in this world. And I'm so honored to be here with all of you. As Janet said, we're all people that don't want to be the norm. We don't want to be a part of something that's the status quo. We want to be change makers, to make a difference. And in honor of Casey, we are going to go out there and do it. And I love you all, and I'm so glad to be here. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to be fine, okay? We're all going to be fine. He's looking down on us and he's saying, yes, those are my folks. Let's remember that. Let us hear from the good engineer from our northern border, Engineer Mike. What do you think? How have you received the good news from our founder, Mr. Ash, the past? I'm sure you've digested it, and just give us your take. Anything that is very striking to you or anything that you want to inspire us. And then we're going to hear from our firebrand, Ivy Mixu, is going to come here and just blow everything up before my brother Oliver comes and tell us we are fine. And then Francine is going to finalize before we make another round here from Uncle Mike and Uncle Dan. So, Engineer Mike.
Yes, Uncle Bob. Thank you, everybody. Wow. I told Mari Digamo that for this webinar today, he should prepare some fire extinguishers because it is already coming. It's already coming. We just want to say our condolence go to Casey Zeberbergen's family. He was one of a true Ompasivien. I met him first in Madi's webinars. He's always there before Madi's lives. All of our webinars I've always been there with him. We really appreciate you. So, Uncle Bob, to me, when our CEO is telling us a history coming back, we're coming back historically, it will be historic. And I think of our OES coming again to life. I also think of the global recession, the global economic recession that is plaguing everywhere. Okay, the big political problems going on because of the economic recession. And I'm thinking, oh, it is coming at the right time. He comes again and tells us, oh, you know what? I have a panel that I can control everything now. He can see everything happening live. And some months ago, he told us that humanitarian help is coming in this particular moment, 21st century, where we have this. And he tells us again, he has been talking to some experts to get a path to our next phase. Readiness. That's what I can say. Readiness. Preparation, readiness to getting the finished product. We there. All our big brothers, Dan, Maddie, and Mike, big bro Mike, they have already explained this to us. We know it already, right? So it's just for us founders to get that faith, to get that perseverance, that endurance that we've had all through this journey as we are now. The most striking thing to me is like the economic recession and the political instability due to the economic recession is coming, and this brand new ecosystem is coming to help, stepping in to help. So I am taking it back to say that, okay, what is my own excitement? I'm excited that this ecosystem is coming at that moment that everybody wants it. It is in demand, very high demand. Our products are in very high demand. Our big brothers have explained it all to us, and we know. So what will I, as an Opasibian, do with this ecosystem? That's a question. Now, some years ago, where I come from, I was born and raised in a small place in Cameroon called Manfe. What's happening is that the hospital that I was born in, that hospital was burned down to ashes. Can you imagine? So my locality, as we speak, we don't have a hospital. I mean, we have district, somebody has private hospitals going on, but the public hospital that I was born on a bed in that hospital has been burned down to ash. And to me, that is so worrisome. And to me, healthcare. People don't have healthcare. So what will I do? I am looking that my days are closer for me to leverage this Opassive ecosystem through the Old Blessed program to get my hospital back to my people. That's what I'm very happy and excited that that is what's going to happen some few months, if not years to come, because that is all we got, right? The hospital has been born right down. That's my excitement that this OES is coming, and we will use it to leverage all our projects. I mean, Jenny Butler said something about, she said, passion, peace, prosperity. So these projects, okay, this is our passion that we have for all these projects are coming. One of our big brothers who is not here with us today, Uncle Bob Takusi's senior brother, Uncle Charles Takusi, he always told us, he said, listen, when Opassive will be going on all its pistons, a lot will happen. And we pray for that, Uncle Bob. We just encourage our CEO for what he's doing for us. We are with him till the end. But I will see, end with that my question. Are we ready to receive that OES? Thank you, Uncle Bob.
Are we ready indeed? Are we ready? Thank you, thank you, thank you. So the OES is coming back, is the beginning of what Mr. Ash said. Get ready for the greatest shape of your life, in effect. And once it comes back up, we know that we are now on that course to our final destination where we get the direction or the directives of where we are going next and what is happening next. That means that we are very close to that are all our intentions and our passion, our ambitions, and for the things that we need to do. Now let's go back to Denver, to around Colorado area, so we can hear from this magnificent lady who brings that. I think she's the one who made Marty DeGamo say we need a fire extinguisher. So let us hear from our sister, Ivy Mix. Ivy, please, the floor is yours. I know you can take it from any angle. I know you can just take one word that Ash Mufara said and expand it to infinity. So the floor is yours. Please take it and run with it.
Lord have mercy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for having me here. I'm so excited. For me, coming to the meetings, I always tell myself, when you get me at the right time, you know, when I don't say no, I'll be there, you know. It's one of the greatest things for me because I'll be wanting to come. you know. So that is the first point I'll address as fun. And I would give it as a tribute to Casey. Casey was a man of fun, always smiling, always having fun. And that fun thing is fundamental for the human being. I've been, like most people know, I work in senior living. And everybody, I've spoken to over 1,000 people before they passed, and their regret. And these are high earning money earning people. And every time they say to me, Ivy, we did not enjoy our lives. Ivy, we did not have fun. I can remember it any day, any time. Because as soon as they see me, you know, Africans, we like bright colors, we like, you know, we like the flamboyant. It's like, oh, Ivy, I wore gray all my life. I wish I would have worn some pink or blue. Have fun, don't miss. Don't never, ever miss it. That is the fundamental. Be who you want to be. That is what Ash said. You know, I'm an Ash girl. When he says, let the fun begin, I took that. I said, he said it, so I'm running off with it. So what is fun? You have to make fun is anything you create the time for. Did you get me? I said create. It doesn't come. You create the time for it. You don't make time for it. Making is different from creating. Like you create a time every Saturday afternoon. This is what I'm going to be doing. You don't create that space. Other things will catch your attention. Let's give this tribute to Casey. He never missed trivia. He created that space for it. I don't know how he did it. He was always the first person, first 4 people. He will be there. You'll be searching. You see him. And I'm pleased to say that he passed in the most, like, you see, without struggle. That is what fun creates. It's an honor to him. He lived a life of what I want. I want to be on trivia every night. How he did it is the creation of that. Let's create a space for fun. And Ash said it. What is going to give us headache? He's already conquered it for us. So he wants us to be who we are. When you create time for fun, you'll not be looking back and saying, oh, I have to go here, I have to be here, I have to be here. No, it's your time. And then I also want to make a small differentiation. Some people say, oh, you do what you like or what you enjoy. My work is what I love. Yeah, your work is what you love. That is not fun. Some people, their work is they are doing their lives purpose. They love to be a Coast Guard. But when you're a Coast Guard and the person you are rescuing is pulling you under the water, it's not fun. When the person you're trying to rescue is a fugitive and is trying to end your life in the waters, that Coast Guard job is not fun. So please differentiate. Fun is something that relaxes you. Ash said, let the fun begin. What makes you happy? What do you think you love? A trip, a new home, a new surrounding, just sitting down. At times when I come home, I just sit down in my room drinking a cup of coffee. I'm happy. I make time for that. It is my time for me. So let us remember that very, very well. And I like one thing Ash said. Ash said about the comeback. This comeback, it was healing. Mike Ellis pointed at that. I saw him. I was just looking at him. It was healing for him. He's so healed. He's so powerful. And do you know what God did? God gave him the right people. He said God gave him the talent, the caliber, the character, better than before. And you know what? It's shot him higher. It's made him move faster. It's made him move to greater heights. And I was so happy that because he has this great talent, God has just catapulted him. And who does he go with? He's going with us. So he's telling us it's faster than you think. Prepare, truly. It's faster than you think. And the preparation, don't let us get caught up in so many things. Every time I remember I used to be on a show with Engineer Mike, I'd always give you practical things to make your life work, like within the next 1 hour. Because like I said, I'm coming from Africa and I do practical things, something that has to work for me. We're going to talk about on passive. I see all of us being on world stages around the world in stadiums. You're going to be presenting the same kind of thing that we're doing with each other. Janet Butler and everybody, you'll be on a world stage talking about on passive. Truly, the Bible says a greater than Solomon is here. I am saying a greater than Oprah is here. You will be the next Oprah. You'll be the next spokesperson, because anybody who will be gathering to speak on behalf of on passive will be a world celebrity. So the preparation, how is your preparation? Your preparation is now. Your preparation is getting in front of the camera. Somebody like me, my preparation, I told myself, my teeth, you people think the smile is nice. I'm going to enhance it. What are you going to do? How are you going to learn to speak? We hear, learn your business, know your business. It's not just knowing it from the book. You have to, what did Ash say? Put on the excitement and the buzz. It meant a lot to me. I said, yeah, the buzz. What is going to be your buzz? Your buzz is going to be in church halls, it's going to be on world. I'm talking of world stadiums. And then don't forget, we already have the platform. We would not need any engine to make us go viral. We are viral by ourselves. Are you getting me? We have Ash. They are talking about somebody who is able to send 80 million emails. When he sends email that Oliver Fonte is speaking somewhere, how many people are you going to think will be there to speak? What are you going to be saying? How are you going to present yourself? So remember that. Remember that you are enough. Don't be shy. Remember that you are beautiful. Remember that you have been catapulted. You've been put on a pedestal. Things that you did not know how to do. Start doing it. I started seeing so many people. After some time, I said, put up your hand. I saw so many people commenting. I saw so many people now wanting to. That is a step, because this thing is coming so fast. It's coming so fast, and we need everybody. We can't just have, it's 7 billion people, guys. Only 10 of us or 20 of us will not be enough. So every corner that you are in, you're an ambassador for this great thing that is coming. So we just want to empower you and encourage you. One person said last week, he said in the chat, I think he's called James. He said, every time I come, something I think I could not do, you people helped me do it on, I think it was, I don't know which platform it was, but it was either Heroes or it was this platform. So we are coming every time to pull you out of that room, to pull you out of the thought that you cannot be enough. We have to be part of the buzz. We have to be part of spreading, because Ash has done it all. And then we're going to learn how to spend money from money. Did you get that? Spend money from money. Let's say now I have $1,000. If I go to buy a McDonald's, it's $4. I don't look at how much I have left. But if I had to pay my house rent and pay an electric bill, by the time you divide that 1,000 into 4 places, then you see that you're in the red. You see that, oh, well, maybe I may not have transport home. That is not the life we'll be living. You'll be spending money from money, where it's, let's say you have $1,000. You know that you also have another $1,000. So you know you can give to somebody. You know you can live a better life. So this is a real encouraging moment for me. When Ash was speaking, I just felt that this spacecraft had taken off. For me, it had taken off, because he kept on saying, stay close. He kept on saying, let the fun begin. He didn't say the fun is going to begin. Let it begin now. Now is the preparation. Now is the just having that fun and enjoyment in you, that this guy has already done it for me. And he's encouraging me, like Maddie has weathered it down to 2%. The 2% is me. What am I bringing to the table? What can I do? What can I do to fire this thing up? Because everybody else is going to go off your excitement. Your excitement is what is going to bring people in. And the bigger, the better. So I just also want to give a strong reassurance that never lose hope, guys. This thing is going to come. We should stay close. The waiting is to our advantage. The waiting is a preparation stage. The waiting is enjoying the wedding. You see, when people marry, you see why they are happy? Do you know why they are happy? Because the preparation puts them in that mood. Wearing your wedding gown, wearing the earrings that you're wearing, the guy is wearing the suit. All those things are preparation. So the day you go for the wedding, you check it out. They're all happy. It's because for months they've been visiting the venue, they've been dancing, they've been choosing the songs, let's be in that wedding. Let's be in this great wedding that we're going to be having. Let's be in this great celebration mood before the time. I promise you it is sweet. And what is coming is sweeter. Thank you.
Whoa. Can I blow my fire extinguisher? Did you guys see that? I have a fire extinguisher in here. Wow, I told you she's a firebrand and she can take it to any direction. We are going to go viral and explosive. I agree. When the time comes, the world is going to know your name. It depends on the name that you want the world to know you by.
That's it.
Now, let us switch gears to this, my friend, my brother. The man who wakes up at 4 a.m. every day when there is absolute tranquility and listens to Ash Mufara. That's what he does. He doesn't like noise. He wants absolute tranquility so that he's focused. He listens to Ash and then he comes and he tells me first. I have the privilege to know first that we are fine before he goes public. So, Oliver, please come and tell us what you've analyzed, what you've gathered, and tell us that we're fine, sir.
Hi, everybody. Just want to thank everybody, all of us that we are here today, all the beautiful ladies here. You know, I want to thank all of you to be here today. On Passive Nation, you are on the game. Like, I've loved all what you guys have been doing. Then I also want to give my condolence to Casey's family. You know, I know where he is. He's interceding for us. Yes, let the game begin. When Mr. Ash Mufara came up and said, let the game begin. But first, I also want to say, I'm very proud to be part of this company and be part of this journey. And I've enjoyed the process of endure and enjoy, cry, laugh with my OTEC Pro brothers. But today, when the CEO came and make us to understand, he is 3,000% confident. I will talk about confident, consistent, and belief. And that is where the fund is going to begin. Because now the fund has already, we've started it. Now he's not talking about unpassive, he's talking about the next phase. And when he's talking about the next phase, what does that tell you? The switch light is on. That switch light is on. Now it's on you for that 2%. Because my big brother, Mike Ellis, always talk about the playing field. It's you that have to determine how much do you want to make? How. It's you, it's me. Have you put your strategies in place? Me, for one, I know as OES is coming back, I'll go to mail. Everybody on my organization, when Ash comes out of this, if there is an update, I'll go and send a bulk mail. Everybody, please go to your update section and read. Get them involved. Get them involved. Get them to come and listen and get involved so that all of us will move forward together. So that when as the game is on, the switch light is already on. Now we'll be able to change the world in the form of humanity. That is what our CEO wants us to do. And we have to carry it, and we have to carry it on. And when that fund, as is the fund is on, that has already started, that the CEO told us it has already started. But we should also look at, it cannot begin without the traffic, the bonus, the pay structure. This is going to blow our mind. This is going to blow our mind. So please, I want to say this. We have the best products. We have the best products that are coming out. If you see how confident he is, when he talks, he's like tickling on top of his chair. He's dancing on top of his chair. You know that what he knows that we don't know. Like my brother Bob always like to say, the known and the unknown. The known is the one that he's telling us, and the unknown is the one that we don't know, and that he's going to surprise us. We should be ready. Like my brother here always tell us, Mike, are you ready? Because the fun is there already. I feel it, and I know all of us feel it. I know all of us feel it. Let me also go to what my sister Jenny Buckler talked about, the three P's. We are passionate, we the Unperseverance are passionate. We have peace, we are very peaceful people. Ash made a statement one time that not everybody will be in unpassive. We are choosing. And it's God that has put us in this position. It's like in the Bible, Noah, who God asked him to build the ark. When he was building that ark, that big boat ark, people were laughing at him. What is he doing? Is he mad? We the Unperseverance, we are like ark, that we've gone through all these for how many years? I don't care if you'll be here for 1 year or 2 years. We've gone through all these, we the early birds. We've endured everything. Then when that flood came, those that all came into that ark, that boat, they were all celebrating. They were enjoying. They had peace. It's that peace that Jenny Buckler told us. Thank you very much, my sister. And she also talked about profit. She also talked about profit. Unpassive is not that crazy in profit, because when you look at what our CEO has put in place, look at our product, cost effective. With all the advanced technology, AI, automation and integration, everything is with it is AI embedded. Cost effective. Customer service is going to be not top notch. For how much? And we are still going to go out there for humanity. Guys, we are ready. The fun has begun, and we are ready to carry it on. So I don't know what to say. I'm really short of words, but I just want to say we should listen and get involved and put your business together and make sure when the time comes, you will do what is necessary for humanity and for yourself. And look, we are going to be fine because we were focused. Thank you.
That's the magic word. That's the magic word. We are fine. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. I hope you are also fine. I know Florida is the Hurricane Helen and all that. I hope you're fine.
I'm where I am. I'm fine. It didn't really touch
Everybody
me.
from Florida, we're thinking of you. I hope you guys are all safe.
Yeah.
So let's hear from our sister Francine. She's going to wrap it up now and then maybe say a word or two. And then we'll come back to our duo who still have Brother Dan and Mike here. They will just give us their closing remarks, and then we just go around 1 minute each, and then we'll call it a day. So, Sister Francine, if you can just put in perspective what you've heard again this second round, and then we'll take it from there.
Merci Bob, merci beaucoup. Nous avons dans la deuxième partie écouté notre sœur Jeanne Aleva qui avait le cœur gros parce que comme vous le savez tous, nous avons perdu un frère en passive, Monsieur Casey. Donc, Jeanne a tenu à lui payer un hommage bien particulier parce que c'était quelqu'un de profondément fidèle et qui suivait ce qui se passait dans On Passive. Il représentait bien notre compagnie. C'était une image de tolérance et il est bien parti et il reste la force d'amour qu'il a représentée au milieu de nous. Donc, nous célébrons sa vie. Nous partageons, dans On Passive, Jeanne Allais va rappeler que nous partageons pratiquement tout. Nous partageons nos joies, nous partageons nos peines. Donc, en un jour comme celui-ci, il est normal que nous fassions une pause pour notre frère. Elle a rappelé que Janet nous a dit que nous n'accepterons jamais le statu quo. Nous sommes là pour progresser. Nous avançons. Nous ne sommes pas statiques. Ingénieur Mike, avec sa fougue habituelle, nous a également un temps de recueillement pour notre frère Casey qui est parti. Et il est toujours parmi nous parce que nous croyons que nos morts ne sont pas morts. Donc, Mike a parlé de l'environnement global actuel qui entoure notre monde, de tout ce qui se passe sur le plan global. On Passive est venu juste à point nommé dans tout cet environnement bouillonnant autour de nous. Il y a la récession économique et il y a un aspect humanitaire qui est vraiment souhaité. Et il trouve que On Passive est arrivé juste au point nommé, c'est un signe de Dieu. Donc, il a rappelé que l'écosystème vient bientôt et il est très content que nous puissions avoir notre écosystème de retour. Nous a rappelé que pour lui, c'est un moment très important parce que cela lui rappelait donc, et je pense qu'il est important qu'on s'attarde sur ça, la valeur humanitaire pour cet hôpital dans lequel il est né dans son pays d'origine et qui a brûlé. Et ça porte beaucoup dans son cœur et il compte sur Obless dès que les activités commencent parce que ça, c'est un projet pratique pour redonner valeur à cet hôpital qui n'existe plus là où il est né. Et il demande si nous sommes réellement prêts. À chaque réunion, l'ingénieur Mike est revenu régulièrement pour poser la question, est-ce que nous sommes vraiment préparés? Est-ce que nous sommes prêts pour le retour de notre OES? Comment nous allons le recevoir? Donc, Ivy nous a emportés dans un feu formidable. Donc, Ivy a commencé par un mot de mémoire sur Casey également. Donc, Casey est vraiment parmi nous au cours de cette réunion de cet après-midi. Il fait partie de notre cœur. Et Ivy nous a rappelé la joie de vivre de Casey. Notamment, il y a des soirées où il y a le Trivial Pursuit. Et c'est une période de détente pour certains membres de On Passive qui participent. Et à ce petit groupe-là, Casey a apporté énormément. Nous allons garder cette mémoire de lui. Elle nous a rappelé également que nous devons faire la différence entre la joie et l'amour. Il y a des gens qui pensent que parce qu'ils aiment leur travail, ils sont heureux. Ce n'est pas vrai. Il faut distinguer ce qui nous rend heureux. Ce qui nous rend heureux, là où nous tirons le bonheur, ce qui nous fait rire. Donc, notre travail, c'est notre travail, mais c'est le temps que nous prenons pour nous-mêmes qui est important parce que nous avons besoin de cela. Et elle a rappelé que H a dit que ce retour est une guérison pour lui-même d'abord. Et Dieu lui a donné mieux que ce qu'il avait auparavant à travers ce temps difficile qu'il a traversé. Donc, jusque-là, il nous embarque avec lui. Ce sont les mots de H. Il est heureux, il nous embarque avec lui après sa guérison et pour du succès. Donc, elle a dit sa vision de tous les hommes passiviens que nous sommes. Et elle nous a projetés dans les stades, dans les arènes, parce que c'est là où nous serons, c'est là où nous sommes en train de nous diriger. Et comment irons-nous là-bas? C'est une question très profonde et importante. Ça rejoint ce que Mike a dit. Est-ce que nous sommes prêts? Comment nous sommes-nous préparés pour être à ces places-là? Elle a dit que, souvenez-vous que vous avez mis, que H nous a mis sur un piédestal. C'est ce que H est en train de faire de nous à travers On Passive, qui est une compagnie qui est en train de relever l'humanité. Donc, nous sommes sur un piédestal et ça vient très vite. Nous devons être de la partie et apprendre à dépenser également intelligemment parce que nous allons avoir de l'argent. Donc, elle a dit, comment allons-nous dépenser? Soyons heureux dès maintenant, car tout est fait. Tout a été fait. Et nous, que faisons-nous en représentant seulement les 2%? Que faisons-nous de ces 2%? Comment allons-nous les faire et les rendre productifs? Soyons heureux comme de nouveaux mariés. C'est une image très belle qu'elle nous a donnée. Comme des gens qui se marient, l'excitation du moment, c'est tout ce qui entoure la préparation du mariage. C'est une très belle image qu'elle nous a donnée. Et pour la fin, nous avons eu notre maître en positivité qui dit que tout va bien, tout va toujours bien. Monsieur Fontaine, après avoir remercié tout le monde, a été très content de retrouver la nation en passive sur le plateau ce soir. Et il a regretté également le départ de notre frère Casey. Donc, il nous appartient de nous poser la question, comment on réalise les 2% restants? Si H a déjà fait les 98%, que faisons-nous des 2% restants? Donc, il encourage beaucoup tout le monde autour de lui dans son équipe. Dès que l'interrupteur de notre écosystème sera ouvert, il encourage tout le monde à aller voir comment ça fonctionne. On s'encourage au cours de cette réunion à nous lancer sur le trafic dès que le trafic est là. Faisons attention, faisons notre acquisition, regardons le plan de rémunération, familiarisons-nous avec ce qui arrive. Soyons prêts. La joie est déjà là, l'excitation de ce qui arrive. Donc, nous sommes tous passionnés. Il a donné l'exemple de l'arche de Noé, où les gens se sont moqués, mais la paix qui régnait dans l'arche lorsque le déluge est venu, elle était incomparable. Donc, sommes-nous dans l'arche, dans l'attente de la paix et du déluge qui arrive sur nous? Donc, la joie est là, nous sommes heureux. Donc, référons-nous à nos produits, à l'automatisation. Un service client très fantastique va accompagner tout cela. Et tout a déjà commencé. Soyons rassurés. Restons prêts. Tout va bien. Voilà. Merci beaucoup.
Wow. Thank you, my sister. I mean, I don't know how you do it, but God bless you. Thank you for always being here for us and just bringing along our French community so they can participate in what is happening here, because this is historic actually. So let's go back to our main speakers. We'll go to Brother Mike. Brother Mike, do you have any parting words? Anything that you want to leave us as we leave for the day?
Yeah, just very, very quickly, Bob. We're in the third hour, so I'll be quick. For everybody out there, just stay tuned. Mr. Mufar is going to come out, and we're going to have tremendous clarity as to what's coming in the near future. For the new people that are out there, and you've listened to this webinar, because this webinar is primarily for people that are already in. They understand on passive. I know your mind is just spinning. don't worry about that. In the near future, we'll come out very shortly, very succinctly. We'll tell you exactly what Unpassive is going to be doing for you. You will not be disappointed. It is the place to be. It will change your life, and it'll give you that freedom we're all looking for. Bob, back to you.
Thank you, Mike. Same goes to you, brother Dan. Any parting words as we go?
Well, sure. I think what I've heard today is that we've all had a lot of fun, reflecting on our not only our individual journeys with Unpassive, but the journey as a whole and the vision of Ashmufara. And you all deserve a lot of credit for being very loyal to Unpassive and believing in the vision of Mr. Ashmufara. And to all of us and all of you out there that have advanced the message of Unpassive, I can see it. You become better versions of yourself. Everybody is just incredible to see the growth of everybody here. And so being able to express yourselves like you did today is very educational, and it's excellent for all of us. And for all of you who have dug deep and kept faith during the challenging times with Unpassive, and helping other people to be engaged as well. And I'm just very impressed. And I would echo what Mike said: just maintain a positive attitude and stay tuned. And we got it.
We got it indeed. Thank you, Dan. Thank you. Engineer Mike, any word, sentence, or phrase, please?
Yes, Uncle Bob. My closing remark will be like I'm saying, it's an exciting moment for us in Unpassive, and we need to be engaged and focused. That's all.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Ivy Mix, sentence, phrase, or parting remark. You are muted, sis. You are muted.
Ash has given us the green light. He said the confidence is way through the roof. And I just wanted to say that the feedback from the people is real. Just like Dan is saying, the feedback I've had is they feel the love we have for Unpassive, and it also awakens their love. So it's not time wasted, and it's just an engagement. We're engaged, and we're engaging a lot of people. So thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you. Brother Oliver.
Yes, just want to say, this is your business, and that has a lot of tools that you leverage this business by buying all the applications or products that will be on your marketplace and putting your business. By so doing, you'll find. Thank you.
Amen. Thank you. Sister Jean. Statement, phrase, or parting words?
Sure. I would say as the storms are brewing in the world, just know that there is sun shining brightly behind it. We get to be a part of that sunshine in Unpassive. So stay close to your Unpassive family and get ready to have the greatest fun of your life.
Amen. Sister Janet. Statement, phrase, or parting words, please.
Sure, Bob. What I would like to leave with today is, if you don't know what your passion is, start by eliminating the things in your life that are your distraction, and then you'll soon find your passion. Stay close to everybody.
There you go, my sister. Thank you so much. Sister Francine, you can speak French or whatever you prefer. Any parting words from Francine?
Oui, donc je vais dire que nous devons rester passionnés et nous devons rester en alerte, car beaucoup de belles choses arrivent au-devant de nous. Ne soyons pas distraits, ce n'est pas le moment de la distraction. Donc, c'est ce que je vais résumer de ce que les uns et les autres ont dit. Restons engagés.
Merci. Collins, parting words, please.
So it's just believe in Mr. Ashmufara and his vision. And this is the time we need to follow. We need to I don't want to use the word respect those who bring you in to Unpassive. They have done their part, which is good. Because I always said, if the person never ever show you on passive, God would have still bring you in, whether you like it or not. So you need to move away, distance yourself, focus on Mr. Ash Mofara because it is his company, his vision, and his dream. He is the only one who can say on passive will not exist today. And he always give everything to God. He said only God can kill this dream. So if the owner can say only God can kill this dream, who is the person who brought you in? I can say, thank you very much. You brought me in, but now I want to listen to the owner of the business because he's the only one who will fulfill my dream. Many times founders, they want to put loyalty on top of the business, on top of Mr. Ash Mofara. They are loyal to the person who brought them in instead of Mr. Ash Mofara. They are being controlled like toys. In on passive, we have seen this case many times instead of Mr. Ash Mofara. I shift away the day I understand on passive, I shift away my loyalty from the person who introduced me to Mr. Ash Mofara. And if we do that, all of us will be very, very successful. So I want to thank you, Bob, and the OTech Pros, and all our viewers here in Jamaica, all those Gina Liver. We are so grateful on behalf of OTech Pro. We are grateful for you guys to join us here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes, indeed. Maintain your eye, keep your laser at Mr. Ash Mofara. In fact, that's the message. I had prepared a closing remark, but I'm not going to deliver it. I'm going to instead dedicate this 1 minute of silence for the soul of our friend who has departed. So let us all just give a minute of silence. And at the end of that minute, we'll just shut down this webinar. So please, let us give a minute of silence for the soul, for the repose of the soul of Casey Zevenberger. May his soul find eternal rest. Thank you, everybody. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Francine.